Hare Krishna, Babu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandava Pranam. Right.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Vijay. Dhanavad. Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Babu. Yes. We are not here in the the sound of the video that the robot is playing. Like a robot, we are not hearing the sound. Is there a robot there? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Oh my God. Hare Krishna.
Yes, how are you?
Sorry,
Yes, Hare.
Maharaj. I didn't know I somehow or the other muted myself, so I wasn't hearing you. I was only hearing the music I was playing in the background. Please forgive my offense.
We are not sharing your story, your music. Only you enjoying it.
I muted because I didn't know I muted, so I was just sharing the screen. You're not here. Sorry for that. So Maharaj,
Hello?
can we? Yes, Maharaj, can we start?
Yes. Yeah, later. So we are beginning the chapter 7 today. So today we're discussing with Salika Prabhu regarding my limits. Salika Prabhu,
Yes, Maharaj, I'm here.
are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Maharaj.
Oh my God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, how are you?
Sorry,
Yeah,
Maharaj. I didn't know I somehow or the other muted myself, so I wasn't hearing you. I was only hearing the music I was playing in the background.
Salika Prabhu, are you there?
Please forgive my offense.
What's happening? Yes, I'm here with you, Maharaj. Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing.
We are hearing the first.
I muted because I didn't know
Yes, so,
I was just hearing this thing. Not here.
okay, can you hear me now?
Where?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, sorry. I was attending to someone, so the moment I put on the class and I put the YouTube is still on. So that also is talking in the background. Sorry.
Yes. So I think we can start.
Right.
So today we start the unit 2, chapter 7. The son of Drona is punished. Yeah. So I was discussing this morning with Chaitanya Prabhu and later on with Sarika Prabhu regarding my limits. Where should I stop? So there's some little confusion, but the unit 2 is supposed to end at verse 11, chapter 5. But on another page, they say that you have to start at verse 40 of chapter 7. So anyway, so after discussing with Salika Prabhu, it was resumed that we will stop at verse 40. Okay. So today we try to compress it to some extent and see how far we will go, and then tomorrow we finish everything. So tomorrow the unit 2 will finish, and we discuss with Chaitanya Prabhu about the exam and everything. Yeah. So note that on this chapter, the son of Drona is punished. You have 4 slokas to memorize. Verse 4, verse 5, verse 7, and verse 10. And also you have 3 analogies. And verse 7, verse 4, you have one analogy. The internal energy is there along with the absolute person, as the moonlight is there with the moon. Another analogy. 5, the king puts the disobedience within the wall of the jail. But sometimes the king, desiring the prisoner's relief, personally goes there, pleads for reformation, and on his doing so, the prisoners reform and are set free. Similarly, the Supreme Lord descends from his kingdom upon the kingdom of illusory energy and personally gives relief in the form of the Bhagavad Gita. That's 23. Darkness is the best position of the sun. Therefore, the existence of darkness depends on the existence of the sun. But in the sun proper, there is no trace of darkness. Yes. Om Janam Chinadasi Jana Jana Salakaya Tapso Manitam Minatasma Shur Ishajanamano Vistam Sapitayana Bhutale Yam Rupa Kadamayam Sampadadikam Vandyam Sri Guru Sri Karpara Kamalam Sri Guru Vashivam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarjitam Raghunatam Tam Sivam Savrutam Paritam Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Paragana Lalita Sri Vitakam Samita He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kantana Mukte Napitana Gurangi Radhe Vrishavana Sware Vrishavana Bhutedevi Pranamya Panchakalpa Tanum Jascha Kripa Tanujahi Vacha Patitanam Bhavine Vidya Vaishna Vidya Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Tirtha Swami Namine Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Tatmane Gaura Karuna Sakti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Sarvati Devi Gauravani Namine Shesha Sinyavadi Patsachari Satarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadiko Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pangam Yas Kripatanah Bhante Nirakaranam. Hare Krishna once again. Yeah, so still on unit 2, Bhagavatam Bhakti Vaibhava. Today we start the chapter 7, the son of Drona punished. So if you Prabhu can show the screen at page 28 of your handbook. Page 28. Prabhu is there. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So we go to the, let's say, Purva Swadhyaya, preliminary study. You always have to check this page. It's important for understanding. So Prabhu, can we read 12 questions quickly?
Preliminary self-study, Purva Swadhyaya. Number 1. What did Srila Vyasadeva see in meditation? It's found in text from 4 to 6.
Yes, go on.
Okay. And 2. Why is the task of the illusory energy described as thankless? Text number 5. 3. Explain both ways the conditioned souls are being reclaimed by the Lord. Same text, number 5. Number 4, what did Vyasadeva do after receiving his vision? Text number 6. What is Brahma Bandhu? Is found in text number 19. Number 6, explain the analogy of the darkness deepening on the existence of the sun. That is given in 23. 7, what is the standard procedure for presenting something before the Lord? 26 verse. How powerful is the heat produced by the Brahmastra? 30 to 31. What general principles does Srila Prabhupada draw from the retraction of both Brahmastra weapons by Arjuna? Text number 32. And identify the arguments for and against the execution of Ashwatthama. Text number 35 to 30 to 54, sorry. 11. Pure devotional characteristics are here seen in Drupadi, text number 43. And what was the motive of the Lord in this incident? Text number 55.
Yeah, so into this 12th question, that's the whole of the 7. Then come down, you see the analogies. Yeah. Madhuban Prabhu, can you read? Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj. I can read. The Sugabhavasan 174 analogies. The internal energy is there along with the absolute person, as the moonlight is there with the moon. The next one, 175. The king puts the disobedient citizens within the walls of the jail. But sometimes the king designed the prisoners to leave, relief, personally goes there, pleads for reformation, and on his doing so, the prisoners reform and are set free. Similarly, the Supreme Lord descends from his kingdom, the kingdom of illusory energy, and personally gives it in the form of the organizer. The next one. Darkness is a perverse representation of the sun, and therefore the existence of darkness depends on the existence of the sun. But in the sun proper, there is no trace of darkness.
Yes, okay. So then, Prabhu, can you share the page 31?
Is that it, Maharaj?
31.
Yeah, this is page 31.
You are not seeing anything.
Ah, why?
Okay, it's okay now. Yeah. Go down, yes, go down, yeah, yes. So, Tamal Krishna Prabhu is there. Or a Phoenix note SI. With a Phoenix notes. Or Tamal Krishna Das. Can you read the Psalm chapter 7?
If finish notice, ready to do for me. Okay, go ahead, Prabhu.
Rashavan is infinite 8.
Yes, go ahead. Atma Prabhu, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, go ahead. Atma Prabhu, you can go ahead. Abi. Hare Krishna.
Or another person to read, huh? And finish notes.
Yes.
Okay, then Sarika Prabhu, read it again. And we'll move.
Chapter 7, identify from verses 4 to 7. A. Philosophical principles drawn from the aspect of vision. B. Supportive statements from Srila Prabhupada's purpose and lectures for this section. C. Supportive analogies. Supportive analogies and greater verses for this section. Then explain the meaning of the thing. Explain the value of Srila contribution.
Okay, all right. Good. Let's begin from verse 1. Yes, Sarika, let's start with verse 1. Go. Bata. Yes, Hare Krishna Babu. Aibo. Adibon. Aibo. Babu, are you there? Oh, there is.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, please show the screen. Verse 1.
Okay.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavatam Canto 1, 7. Verse 1. Om Vacha. Jate Narada Sota Bhagwan Darayama. Yutavam Tam Adhivetam Kim Akarotibu.
Submit device as connected successfully.
Right. Is connected successfully.
Translation. Sarika Prabhu, translation. Sarika Prabhu is there. Sarika Prabhu, are you there? Sarika Prabhu is there. Sarika Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna Maharaj.
So what is
What's going on?
Show the screen. That's one. Yeah, okay.
The Bluetooth device successfully.
Maharaj, can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Up? You hear? Okay, the rest is there.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for that technical challenge. I just had to.
Yeah. So Sri Shonaka asked, O Sita, the Greek and consonantally powerful Vyasadeva had everything from Sri Narada Muni. So after Narada's departure, what did Vyasa do? Prabhupada, this chapter 2 for describing Srimad Bhagavatam is picked up as Maharaj Parikshit is miraculously saved of Yamuna. It was caused by drowning as a town at Charadrona's son, 5 sons of Drupada, while they were sleeping. He was punished by Arjuna. For commencing the great epic of Srimad Bhagavatam, they realized the whole church by translating. So this is the whole chapter be about the Drona, Sama, in the room. I mean, yes. This is Krishna's protection. It was saved. But as the same as Sama, who killed the 5 sons of Drupadi. In the that's true. Radhika Prabhu is there?
Yes, Maharaj. It's on the screen, Maharaj.
Yes, read.
Sa uvacha brahmanatyam saraswatyam asama asinetate Ranyapasa iti prokta Vishinam Tasravardhanam. Sri Sutta said, on the western bank of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related with the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation at Samkhya Prasa. This enlivens the transcendental activities of the sages.
Yeah. So, our question is very important. So we need to select some noise from where? Some noise. So can we read the purpose? The paragraph of the purpose. Radhika Prabhu is there? Oh. Radhika Prabhu is there? There's one. So, Madhuvan Prabhu?
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Madhuvan Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm there.
Read the first paragraph of the purpose.
I should read the purpose.
Radhika has removed the verse on the screen.
Just a minute.
Back the verse.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Salam Krishna. All right.
I should read the purport, Maharaj.
Yeah. Today there is some problem on the side.
I thought I saw. Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The noise was actually not from me. It's one of the participants. I was thinking it was me, so I was looking for it. Anyway, for spiritual advancement of knowledge, a suitable place and atmosphere are definitely required. The place on the western bank of the Saraswati is especially suitable for this purpose. And there is the ashram of Vyasadeva at Sampya Prasa. Srila Vyasadeva was a householder, yet his residential place is called an ashram. An ashram is a place where spiritual culture is always foremost. It does not matter whether the place belongs to a householder or a mendicant. The whole Vana Aprasta, the whole Vana ashram system is so designed that each and every status of life is called an ashram. This means that spiritual culture is the common factor for all. The brahmacharis, the grihasthas, and the vanaprasthas and the sannyasis all belong to the same mission of life, namely realization of the supreme. Therefore, none of them are less important as far as spiritual culture is concerned. The difference is a matter of formality on the strength of renunciation. The sciences are held in high estimation on the strength of practical renunciation.
Yeah. Yes, for meditation means a very quiet place, a conducive place. Generally, many years ago at the bank of a river, Yamuna, Ganga, Saraswati, like that. And here it's mentioned that we have four ashrams, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and sannyas. All of them are very important. None of them is less important. Yeah, to be a gradual, a progression. Brahmacharya to Grihastha, then to Vanaprastha, then yes. And there is no difference. The difference is a matter of formality in the strength of renunciation. Many grihasthas, you can see many grihasthas, vanaprasthas are holding very, very, very important projects in ISKCON now. Wow. You can have a vivid example right here in Africa, West Africa, Ghana. Huh? There is this Sivadas Vanachari, who's Vanaprastha for many years, more than 45 years. Then finally has been promoted as an initiating guru. Okay, and even in the histories of our acharyas, we have many acharyas who were, yes, some of the direct associates of Chaitanya Prabhu, the Panchatattva, Advaita Acharya, Chaitanya Prabhu got married, has two wives, right? And Srila Prabhupada himself was a grihastha. And Srila Bhakti Maharaj sent four of his sannyas disciples in London. Before going, they told the guru that Maharaj, this mission is impossible. Americans, they cannot accept this message. Well, eventually they went, and of course, because they didn't have enough faith in the guru, so they did not succeed. So Srila Prabhupada as a grihastha was listening attentively, carefully to his guru. Later on, he accomplished a very great mission. So we are all benefiting now. We build a house in which everyone can live. So we don't check with this is that ashram are just there for one to conduct this special conversation. Yeah. Verse 3.
I should read Maharaj.
Yes, Madhuban Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Madhuban Prabhu is there?
Hare Krishna. I'm there. Hare Krishna.
Read.
Yes, go ahead, Prabhu.
Tasmis Asrame Vyaso Padari Sanda Mandise Asinofa Upaspresya Paniparazio Mana Swayam. Translation. In that place, Srila Vyasadeva, in his own ashram, which was surrounded by berry trees, sat down to meditate after touching water for purification. The purpose. Under instructions of the spiritual master. Okay, verse 4. Okay. Bhakti Yogena Manasi Maya Kranite Male Apasya Prusam Punam Mayam Chasa Apasyam. The translation for text 4. Thus, he fixed his mind, perfectly engaging it by linking it in devotional service, that is Bhakti Yoga, without any tinge of materiality, and thus saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with its external energy, which was under full control.
David.
Can I continue the part?
So see, note that from verse 4 to 6 will describe what did Vyasadeva see in the meditation. And also this verse 4 is a memorizing verse. Note that. So if you read the sloka, there are many things there. That is, Vyasadeva saw the absolute personality of God along with his external energy, which was under full control. He has a perfect vision of the absolute truth. The perfect vision, that is the beginning of the purport. Perfect vision of the absolute truth is possible only by the linking process of devotional service. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. One can perfectly realize the absolute truth personality of God only by the process of devotional service. And one can enter the kingdom of God. This is Bhagavad Gita 1955. The perfect realization for the absolute by the partial approach of this personal Brahman or localized Brahmatma does not permit anyone to enter into the kingdom of God. Here is another advice yesterday to become absorbed in transcendental devotion on the presence of God activity. Yeah. So there are 3 levels of God realization. First is Brahman, the impersonal Brahman. How to see God in all his energy. Then yogis, they meet with God in the heart. And of course, the last is Bhagwan, direct association with the Lord. That's verse Bhagavad Gita 18-15. Bhaktamam Abhijanat. That only by devotional service that one can under fully service to the Lord and enter the kingdom of God. If you enter the kingdom of God, what are you going to do there? Kingdom means there is a king. Yeah. God is not the personal. The king means there is some service. The king needs to drink some water. The king needs to eat. The king needs to dress. Somebody has to do that. Seva. Yes. So let's go on verse. So this verse, don't forget, verse 4 to 6, describing what Vyasadeva saw in his meditation. Verse 5.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
This is
Putra Putra Babu. Putra or and Phoenix notes.
Maharaj,
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please read.
So that is test 5. Oh,
Read verse 5 on the screen.
okay. Yaya samohito jiva atma nam trigunatmakam paropi manute natam tatkretam chapi padyate. Translation. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes chains of material misery.
Yeah. So also note that this verse also is a memorizing verse. So very important verse.
Okay.
Due to this external energy, the living energy, and also it's also an analogy. The memorized verse also and also an analogy. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three mode of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reaction of material miseries. Yeah, if you take the preliminary study, you can see that there are some questions there. What is the task of the illusory energy described as thankless? And again, another question. Explain both ways the conditioned soul are being reclaimed by the Lord. Let me say that. The root cause in the beginning of the purport says the root cause of suffering by the materialistic living beings is pointed out with the remedial measures which are to be undertaken, and also the ultimate perfection to be gained. Remember that somewhere in Srimad I think third canto, we have 5 covering. When Brahma created the material universe, first created 5 covering. Tamishra, under Tamishra, Tamas, Moha, and that's 5 number. Those 5 degrees of ignorance cover the living entity, and that's the it's possible. Anchor. Actually, the body is made of 5 elements: earth, fire, water, air, and ether. And above the 5 gross elements, we have 3 subtle: intelligence, mind. The intelligence, the mind, and the force to go. Force to go. If you have force to go, means there is a real go. Yes. Also, I was reading Gurudev book, Bhakti Tamara's book, Reflection on the Secret Teachings. And one page is saying that in Kali Yuga, I think I mentioned it last time. In Kali Yuga, everything reduces considerably. The only thing that's increased is a force ego. Yeah. So the root cause of suffering of the living entity being pointed out as remedial measures which are taken, and also the ultimate perfection to be gained. Okay. So don't forget to check why is the task of the illusory energy is said as thankless? Who knows the reason? What is the meaning of thankless? Role, Krishna? The illusory energy is considered to be thankless. What is thankless? You go.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes. Can you respond to this question?
Being thankless means it's of no benefits. So,
Yes,
thankless.
that's why we say that in this verse. Why we say that the material energy, the illusory energy is thankless. When someone is thankful, do something.
When someone is thankful, if he has acquired something worthwhile, so he can be thankful for it. But in a situation where the situation is worthless, there's nothing to thank about. It's a regret or a setback.
Yeah, but here it's mentioned that the illusory energy is thankless. Thankless means it's not thankful. Means no matter how sincere, no matter how divine you perform your activities in the illusory energy, you will always regret. Because illusory energy is not thankful like Krishna. Krishna, a small service you do for him, you always remember that. So sometimes you have to be clever, you have to be smart, you have to be smart, not to attach ourselves to the shadow of the object. The object is Krishna, and Maya, the illusory energy, is a shadow. So the shadow is thankless. And again, explain both ways. The conditioned soul are being reclaimed. No. Is there any analogy? Huh? Is there an analogy? Who knows? So check the analogy on verse 5. The king puts the disobedient citizens within the wall of a jail. But sometimes the king, desiring the prisoners to leave, personally goes there, pleads for reformation. And on his doing so, the prisoners reform and are set free. Similarly, the Supreme Lord descends from his kingdom upon the kingdom of visionary energy and personally gives relief in the form of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, let's go to text 6.
Here is the speech, Maharaj.
6.
Should I read?
Yes.
Anato pasamam sakshat okasyadanato vidyam sakre satwata samhitam. The material means of the living entities which are superfluous to him can be directly mitigated by the people who do not know this, and therefore the learned Vyasadeva compiled this, which is in relation to the supreme truth.
Yeah. So don't forget the verse 4 to 6 describe the vision of Vyasadeva meditation. What did he see during his meditation? So here it's mentioned that Srila Vyasadeva, the prophet, Srila Vyasadeva saw all perfect personality of God. This statement suggests that the complete unity of the personality of God includes statement of the unity personality includes is part and parcel also. So therefore, these different energies, namely the internal energy, the marginal, and the external energy. Yeah. In the Bhagavad Gita mentioned that Bhagavad Gita 15:7, Mamam Brahmso Jivaloke Jivabuta Sanatana. That we are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And we are struggling very hard in this natural world, along with the sixth sense, the mind. We are part and parcel. We can't be separated from ourselves. So there's so a perfect vision. Seeing God, seeing Krishna, along with the energies, Antaranga Shakti, the internal energy, the Bahiranga Shakti, external energy, and the Taksha energy, the marginal. Yes, is the verse. The living entities, this conditional world, are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with this sense, which includes the mind. Yes, so we are all part and parcel, all similar. So just they saw this one. So the Lord, along with his three energies. So we are in between. We have a choice either to go on the external energy or to go to the internal energy. When we perform devotional service, we are in the internal energy. When we don't perform devotional service, then we are in Maya. We are in the external energy. So we say that in our heart we have two dogs there. Two dogs are there. The one good dog and one bad dog. The one we feed the most will get more power and kill the other one. So three energies are there. On which energy? Because we are in between. What is our tendency? If our tendency is devotional, then we will be with Krishna. If our tendency is not devotion, then Maya. So please read that again. If you ask you in an exam, what if you describe what they saw in the meditation? That will explain everything. Yes, text 7.
Here.
Yes, read.
Yasyam Bhaj Sruyamanayam Krishne Parama Purushe Bhakti Utpadhyate Pumsha Sokamoha Vayataha. Simply by giving to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
spot up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness.
We are not seeing the screen properly. Please display it nicely.
Test for the focus. Can you see now?
Yes. Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotion service, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sought out at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearful. This is verse like the first verse of Shishaka. So Darpana Mahajanam. Remember that? No? This sought out at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, vision, and fearfulness. Verse 8.
Now, samhita Ritwa no kramya chatmajam sukam adyapayam asa nivriti niratam muni. The great sage Vyasadeva, after compiling the Srimad Bhagavatam and revising it, taught it to his own son, Sri Sukadeva Goswami, who was already engaged in self-realization.
Yes. Can you start reading the first paragraph of the purport?
Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentation on the Brahma Sutras compiled by the same author. The Brahma Sutra or Vedanta Sutra is meant for those who are already engaged in self-realization. Srimad Bhagavatam is so made that one becomes at once engaged in the path of self-realization simply by hearing the topics. Although it is especially meant for the Paramahamsas, or those who are totally engaged in self-realization, it works into the depth of the hearts of those who may be worldly men. Worldly men are engaged in sense gratification, but even such men will find in this Vedic literature a remedial measure for their material disease. Sukadeva Goswami was a liberated soul from the very beginning of his birth, and his father taught him Srimad Bhagavatam. Among mundane scholars, there is some diversity of opinion as to the date of compilation of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is, however, certain from the text of the Bhagavatam that it was compiled before the disappearance of Emperor Shiva and after the departure of Lord Krishna. When Maharaj Parashit was ruling the world as the king of Bharatavarsha, he chastised the personality of Kali according to his revealed scriptures and astrological calculations. The age of Kali is in its 5,000 years. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam was compiled not less than 5,000 years ago. Mahabharata was compiled before Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Puranas were compiled before Mahabharata. That is an estimation of the date of compilation of the different Vedic literatures. The synopsis of Srimad Bhagavatam was given before the detailed description under instructions of Narada. Srimad Bhagavatam is the science for following the path of Nivriti Marga. The path of Pravriti Marga was condemned by Narada. That path is the natural inclination for all conditioned souls. The theme of Srimad Bhagavatam is the cure of the materialistic disease of the human being, or stopping completely the pangs of material existence.
Yeah, so this is a verification of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you check well, you can, in red color, the word Srimad Bhagavatam was mentioned like about 9 times. And we remember in the unit 1, the discussion of the decision in the National Forest, one of them was saying that, yes, Krishna lesson, yes, there is so many scriptures. And if you want to study all of them, it won't be possible. So please select for us the best all the scriptures. And Srimad Bhagavatam was selected. So that when Krishna was ascending, Srimad Bhagavatam also was ascending. Sukadeva Goswami, Sukadeva Goswami is the one who taught Srimad Bhagavatam to Parishit, King Parishit. That King Parishit was about to take bath, and Drona, Asutama, wanted to kill him right from the womb of mother. So Srimad Bhagavatam is very, very, very. That's why Nadamuni, Vyasadeva, in the beginning of his work, he was confused. He was not happy because he did not mention anything about this Lord and his pastime and his pure devotees, which is contained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Verse 9.
Sunaka Ovacha Savai Nibriti Nirata Savatropesha Komuni Kasyava Bratim Etam Atma Ramam
Wait. What? Obrigado.
So why did he take the food?
The person reading connection is not very bad. You're not hearing. Yeah. No, Sarika Prabhu. The verse was on the screen, but only the Prabhu reading was not.
Can I read?
Because yeah, read, yes. The connection is.
Those who take pleasure in sentence, or those who are fixing material bodily welfare, work are out of thousands and millions of such karmas, one may become Atmarama by self-realization.
But your network is breaking, so the reading is not flowing.
Yes.
Can somebody else read or just read?
Please read, Sarika Prabhu.
Sonakarish Sakakuvacha Kaivani Priti Nirata Sarva Tropikasta Komani Kasyava Viatin Etam Atmarama Samyasahat. Sri Sunaka asked Sutta Goswami, since Sukadeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization, and thus he was pleased with his own self. So why did he take the trouble to undergo the study of such vast literature? Should we read the purport?
Yes. Oh, yes.
For the people in general, the highest perfection of life is to cease from material activities and be seized in the path of self-realization. Those who take pleasure in sense enjoyment, or those who are seized in material bodily welfare work, are called karmis. Out of thousands and millions of such karmas, one may become an Atmaram by self-realization. Atma means self, and Arama means to take pleasure. Everyone is searching after the highest pleasure, but the standard of pleasure of one may be different from the standard of another. Therefore, the standard of pleasure enjoyed by the karmics is different from that of the Atmarama. The Atmarams are completely different to material enjoyment in every respect. Srila Shukadev Goswami had already attained the stage. He has already attained that stage, and still he was attracted to undergo the trouble of studying the great Bhagavatam literature. This means that Srimad Bhagavatam is a graduate study, even for the Atmarama, who have surpassed all the studies of the Vedic literature, the Vedic knowledge.
Yes, okay. So you have to look what is Atmaram. Let's talk about the Atmarama. One may become an Atmaram by self-realization. Atma means self. Arama means to take pleasure. Everyone is searching after the highest pleasure, but the standard of pleasure of one may be different from the standard of another. But the one who looks for pleasure for Krishna is called Atmaram. He gets pleasure in himself. Verse 10. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Sutta Uvacha Atmarama Samunayo Nerigranta Apikuru Krame Kurvanti Aitukim Ambakti Am Buddha Gunohari. Sutta Goswami said, all different varieties of Atmaram, those who take pleasure in the Atma or spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, who free from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including the liberated souls.
Yes,
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this Atmaram Shloka very vividly before the chief devotees, Sanatana Goswami. He points out 11 factors in the Shloka, namely Atmaram, Munaya.
Yes.
According to the Vishwa Prakasa Sanskrit Dictionary, there are 7 synonyms for the word Atma, which are as follows: Brahma, the absolute truth; body, and 7. Sorry, I think my network is here. I'll be living. According to the Vishwa Prakasha Sanskrit Dictionary, there are 7 synonyms for the word Atma, which are as follows: 1. Brahma, the absolute truth; 2. Body; 3. Mind; 4. Endeavor; 5. Endurance; 6. Intelligence; and 7. Personal habits. The word Munaya refers to 1. Those who are thoughtful; 2. Those who are grave and silent; 3. Ascetic; 4. Be persistent; 5. Mendicant; 6. Sages; and 7.
Yes. Okay. So here in this verse, we have more definition of on the Atmarama. Huh? We go on text 11.
Hare Guna Samati Bhagavadarayana Adyagan Mahat Akyanam Nityam Vishnu Napriya. Srila Sukadev Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadeva, was not only transcendentally powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus, he underwent the study of this great narration, Srimad Bhagavatam.
That's the beginning of the purport.
According to Brahma Vaibhava Purana, Srila Sukadev Goswami was a liberated soul, even within the womb of his mother. Srila Vyasadeva knew that his child, after his birth, will not stay at home. Therefore, he, Vyasadeva, impressed upon him the synopsis of the Bhagavatam, so that the child could be made attached to the transcendental activities of the Lord. After his birth, the child was still more educated in the subject of the Bhagavatam by recitation of the actual poet.
Yes. So here you see that that shows even more the importance of the Srimad Bhagavatam, because it's such an higher scripture that the person who has to deliver it should be also very, very, very good personality. Okay, Sukadev Goswami, yes, described here as, you know, the real person that's called Atmaram, self-satisfied. There is no other motive. There is one word that's called Anya Bilasita, means having separate desire from the desire of Krishna. You may serve Krishna with different motive. Okay? But Atmaram is someone who does not have any other desire than Krishna. It's like the gopis. So Sukadev Goswami is described here as someone who was already liberated, even in the womb of his mother. The womb of his mother. So we have three type of living entity. This world. We have those who are Siddhas. So we have Kripa Siddhas. And we have Sadhana Siddhas. Yes. So Nitya Siddhas, those who are already liberated. When they come, this world just come to help us. They're not prisoners. Yes. Sita Prabhupada, Nada Muni, they come help us. Nitya Siddhas. And we have Kripa Siddhas, those who by and motivated mercy of Krishna or pure devotee, they can attend Goloka Vrindavan, they can attend Tadaksha. It's like we have in the story of Chaitanya Charitamrita, a dog went back to Goloka. From trees, palm trees, they were embraced by Lord Chaitanya, and they were all liberated. Possible by Kripa Siddha. And the third one is Sadhana Siddha. And Sadhana Siddha is the actual real position, because very rare to be a Nitya Siddha. And the Kripa Siddha also is very, very rare, not common. So we are left with Sadhana Siddha. It means we need to practice our sadhana seriously to become Katama Vyayam, with determination, with constancy. Then we can attain perfection. Don't wait for Kripa Siddha. It may not come. Also, at this point, we are not Nitya Siddha. So what left for us is sadhana. Next, our devotion mentioned about the Vedic sadhana, the beginning, with rules and regulations, on the guidance of the spiritual master, and we must rise above this level and go to the Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous Bhakti. When it's time to go and sleep, nobody tells us. When we are hungry, nobody tells us. When we feel when we feel thirsty, somebody tells us to go and drink some water. We naturally go and do that, satisfy our desires. So it must reach a point that nobody has to tell us that we need to perform our devotion service. This is Raghunanga Bhakti. So Sukadev Goswami was already liberated in the womb of his mother. Verse 12.
Can I read Maharaj?
Pariksho darajase janma karma vilapanam samastam chapam druputranam Bhakti Krishna Katodayam. Translation. Please share the translation. Sutta Goswami does address the rishis headed by Sunaka. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord Sri Krishna's topic of the births, activities, and deliverance of King Parikshit, the sage among kings, as well as topic of the renunciation of the worldly order by the son of Pandit. Beginning with a purport, Lord Krishna is so kind to the fallen soul that he personally incarnates himself among the different kinds of living entities and takes part with them in daily activities. Any historical fact, old or new, which has a connection with the activities of the Lord, is to be understood as a transcendental narration of the Lord. Without Krishna, all the supplementary literature, like the Purana, the Mahabharata, are simply stories or historical facts. But with Krishna, they become transcendental. And when we hear of them, we at once become transcendentally related to the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam is also the Purana, but the special significance of this Purana is that the activities of the Lord are simple and not just supplementary historical facts. Yes, Mahabharata is considered to be a literature for Shudras, Vaishyas, and women, according to Vyasadeva. But Mahabharata became glorious simply because there's mention about the 5 Pandavas and Lord Krishna. 2 chapters of Mahabharata are the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. But particularly, Srimad Bhagavatam does not speak in any other things, not even the elementary historical facts. Only pure subjects on of Krishna and his pure devotee. That is the difference with Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. That's in. Sarika Prabhu, wait.
Yaramride Kaurava Sminjayanam Hirej Ato Virakitim Gateshu Briko Daravida Siddham Bhimasa Bagnuru Dande Dhritarashtra Putrihi Bhartu Priyam Droni Itisma Pasyam Krishna Sutanam Swapadam Siraam Siti Upaharat Viprayam Evatasya Jugupsitam Karma Vida Anyati. Translation: when the respective warriors of both camps, namely the Kauravas and the Pandavas, were killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the dead warriors obtained their deserved destination, and when the sons of Dhritarashtra fell down lamenting his spine broken, being beaten by the club of Bhimasena, the son of Dronacharya Ashwatthama, beheaded the 5 sleeping sons of Drupadi and delivered the head as a prize to his master, foolishly thinking that he would defeat Duryodhana like the approve of the heinous act, and he was not pleased in the least. Did you read the purport? Okay. Transcendental topics of the activities of Lord Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavatam begin from the end of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where the Lord himself spoke about himself in the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, both the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam are transcendental topics of Lord Krishna. The Gita is Krishna Katha, or topics of Krishna, because it is spoken by the Lord, and the Bhagavatam is also Krishna Katha because it is spoken about the Lord. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone to be informed of both Krishna Katha by others. Lord Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna himself in the garb of a devotee of Krishna, and therefore the version of both Lord Krishna and the Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are identical. Lord Chaitanya desired that all who are born in India seriously understand such Krishna Katha, and then after full realization preach the transcendental message to everyone in all parts of the world. That will bring about the desired peace and prosperity of the stricken world.
Yeah. So Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, yes, we mentioned Krishna Katha. That Krishna Katha is mentioned in the work of Vyasadeva. One verse in Bhagavad Gita, Chatusloki Gita, I think is verse 10:8 or 10:9. Mat Gita, Mat Kata Prana. Can you get that? It shows the importance of Krishna Katha. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 9, thanks. Mat Gita, Mat Kata Pranam, Bodhasa Chati Paransparam, Katatamam Cham. Yes. Chita Mat Gata Prana, Bodhatam Ta Parasparam, Padantamam Nicham. Ticha Rama Ticha. Rama Ticha. No, Rama means pleasure. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. This is Krishna Katha. Yes, Narada, Vyasadeva did not mention that. That's why we're suffering. He proposed Varasam Dharma, which is legalized sense gratification. Legalized sense gratification. But at the point, we must stop sense gratification in any form, whether legalized or not. Since when they are gratified, they cannot allow us to meet Krishna. Yeah, so they were asked to stop this sense gratification. This is Krishna Katha. I can get into some about Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Verse 15, because this verse is 13 and 14, right? Okay.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, please read.
I have a question.
You have a question? Yes.
Yes, sir, Maharaj. After Aswatam, he ordered the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi and delivered them as a prize to his master. The master wasn't pleased. Why, do you think, why was the specific reason why the master was pleased by his action, even though he was trying to please his master?
Please come again. I didn't get you well.
Okay. After Aswatam, the son of Drona, gathered the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi and delivered them as a prize to his master. So we are made to understand the master wasn't pleased with him, even though he was trying to please the master. We want to know the specific reason why the master wasn't pleased with him.
Want to know why the master was not pleased?
Yes.
Yes, of course. This is not a good service. Aswatthama, he killed the son of the Pandavas of Draupadi out of unjustness. And killing is not supported in any way in the scriptures. Even Bible, Quran, killing is not good. Okay? So a good master will not accept this kind of offering. How can you behead some babies who are sleeping and go and offer the heads to your master as prize? So of course, the master was not happy. Huh? That is the reason. Because he knew very well that that will bring serious reaction. Because the act was performed out of envy. So of course, the master did not accept that offering. Because it was contaminated. Yes. Text 15.
Mata Sisunam Nindanam Sutanam Nizamya Goram Paritapya Manaham Sadarudat Vaspa Kalakula Shihi Tam Tatwayam Ahat Kirita Madin Krita Malik Draupadi, the mother of the 5 children of the Pandavas. After hearing the massacre of our sons, began to cry in distress, with eyes full of tears, trying to pacify us in our great loss. Arjuna spoke to her thus.
Yes. 16.
Sadhuchaste pranjami badre yadma ganda sira apathayina gandiva mukta dikke upahari twakramya yatmasyasi da'atu saha. O gentle lady, when I present you with the head of that Brahmana, after beheading him with arrows from my Gandiva bow, I shall then wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Then, after burning your son's body, you can take your bath, standing on his head.
Yes. Go ahead on the purpose.
An enemy who sets fire to the house, administers poison, attacks all of a sudden with deadly weapons, plunder, wealth, or a sub-agricultural field, or entices one's wife is called an aggressor. Such an aggressor, though he be a Brahmana, or a so-called son of a Brahmana has to be punished in all circumstances. When Arjuna promised to behead the aggressors named Ashwatthama, he knew well that Ashwatthama was the son of a Brahmana. But because the so-called Brahmana acted like a butcher, he was taken as such, and there was no question of sin in killing such a Brahmana son, who proved to be a villain.
Yeah. So, Madhavan Babu, do you see the response of your question?
Yes, Maharaj, I can see. Yes, I saw the reason.
Yeah.
Clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Text 17.
Text number 17. Jeti priyam bhagos trajapai tatam vayu vasita mitra asita anvadravat damsita ibra adavaha kapi raju guru putram rasenaha. Arjun, who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver, thus satisfied the dear lady by such statement. Then he dressed in an armor and armed himself with furious weapons, and getting him into his chariot, he set out to follow Ashwatthama, the son of his martial teacher.
Okay. There is no purpose, so let's go on 18.
Text 18. I should go ahead, Maharaj.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Go on. 18.
Samapatam Tabilakya Kumarat Udvignan Manavadenaha Paradrabat Pranat Paritsu Urvyam Yaradganam Rudrabaya Yatakaha. Ashwatthama, the murderer of the prince, seen from a great distance Arjuna coming at him with great speed, fled in his chariot, panic-stricken, just to save his life, as Brahma fled in fear from Shiva.
What?
According to the reading matter, either Ka or Akka, there are two references in the Purana. Ka means Brahma, who once became allured by his daughter and began to follow her, which infuriated Shiva, who attacked Brahma with his trident. Brahmaji fled in fear of his life. As far as Arka is concerned, there is a reference in the Vamana Purana. There was a demon by the name Vidyumali, who was gifted with a glowing golden airplane, which traveled to the path of the sun, and night disappeared because of the glowing effulgence of this plane. Thus the sun god became angry, and with his virulent rays he melted the plane. This enraged Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva then attacked the sun god, who fled away and at last fell down at Kasi, Varanasi, and the place became famous as Lulaka.
Yeah. This enraged Lord Shiva. So yes, Ashwatthama, because he knew very well that what he did was good, because his guru, his master, was not pleased. He's a murderer. So he saw Arjuna coming to him with great speed. So he started running away. Why did he stay there? Why? Because he knew very well that his action is not good. 19.
Yadaparanam Atmanam Aikata Santabhijinam Vajinam Ashram Brahmastiromini Atmatranam Dvijatmana Dvijatmaja. When the son of the Brahmana, Ashwatthama, saw that his horses were tired, he considered that there was no alternative for protection outside of using the ultimate weapon, the Brahmastra, or nuclear weapon.
So, from this verse, what is the meaning of Brahma Bandhu? Tell us what is the meaning of Brahma Bandhu. Yeah, the purpose.
The meaning, it's a friend of a Brahmana. Or
yes. Brahmana. So if you are a friend of a devotee, are you a devotee?
no, not really. Not in quality.
The question. If you are a friend of a doctor, do you assume that you are a doctor yourself?
It's a quack doctor, Maharaj.
Huh?
It will be a quack doctor.
What?
A fake doctor.
Same thing also, if you are in the devotional service, in Krishna consciousness, and we don't really practice, then we are friends of devotees, not devotees. Huh? Brahma Bandhu is friend of a Brahmana. Being a friend of a Brahmana doesn't mean that one is a Brahmana by qualification. A friend or a son of a Brahmana, when fully qualified, can be called a Brahmana, and not otherwise. Since Ashwatthama's decision immature, is purposely called having the son of a Brahmana, not a Brahmana. Brahma Bandhu. Text 20.
Verse 20 says that Atisat Prisya Alilam Sandat Etat Sama Itaha Ajanam Api Santa Aram Vana Krishna Upasite. Since his life was in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated upon the chanting of the hymns for throwing nuclear weapons, although he did not know how to withdraw such weapons. The subtle forms of mantra activities are finer than grosser methods of material manipulation. Such subtle forms of material activities are effected through purification of sound. The same method is adopted here by chanting hymns to act as nuclear weapon.
Yeah. Since his life was in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated on chanting of the hymn for throwing nuclear weapons, although he did not know how to throw such weapons. This is characteristic of our activity in this material world. That's why the Veda was compiled by Dev. Veda means the manual of the universe. So you must know how to do things. Now we are suffering from COVID because we have been doing so many wrong things, so many bad things, and the global result is there, COVID. So many situations. What do you call it? Climate change. This is here. It says since his life was in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated upon the chanting of the hymn for throwing nuclear weapons, although he did not know how to withdraw such weapons. You know how to throw it? He doesn't know how to throw it. So our scientists today, they are very fond of creating things, but they don't know how to handle them. So there is a global disaster in the world. So, Salika, what do you think? Did we stop here or we continue? Hello? And tomorrow we finish the. Huh?
Maharaj, I think we can stop here.
We can stop here.
Yes, I'm thinking we can stop here because of time. It's already 11 Ghana time and 12:53 in Nigeria. So it's just about
tomorrow we'll finish the next 20 verses.
Yes, Maharaj.
Tomorrow we start 40.
Yes, we start from 21 tomorrow to 40.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Because such verses like this, sometimes the last 4-5 verses hinge again around the subject matter that is affecting the world. The reactions to a person who acts as an aggressor.
Mm-hmm.
The principles of religion is to be compassionate.
Yeah.
But then the same scripture says that we should kill an aggressor. How applicable are instructions in our modern time?
Yeah.
They can carry gun and start shooting all of these aggressors.
It is true. You see, in the I think in Brahma Manu Samhita, one of the very literatures, it mentioned that there is something called capital. I don't know how to say that in English. In French, they said capital what?
Capital punishment.
Yeah. So in the Vedic time, it is there, capital punishment. In Vedic time, not even now. Because capital punishment allow the person who did something wrong to be removed from all these reactions in his past life. Because someone kills somebody and he's not killed, next life he's going to suffer. So by capital punishments, people were set free from all suffering in the future life. Now, I read in one book of the warrior of Carudesna that nowadays capital punishment is not applicable. Why? Because there is no guarantee that the person, because now we have wrong justice. Now you go to justice, you have a court case. If you have money, big money, and you can win all your cases. Even if you are the worst criminal in the world, if you go on a court case, you'll be a winner. So capital punishment is no more applicable now because we may not know exactly if that person did or did not do it. Yeah. Otherwise, in the Vedic time, it is applicable. But nowadays, we have so many rules, like so-called rules like forgiveness, tolerance, human rights. Because if you kill somebody and you come and ask for forgiveness, is your forgiveness bring back that dead body? No. Understand? So that's why we should be careful also. We should always listen to the living Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. The Shastra says something, the Acharyas, the Sadhus, they say something. What about the actual Guru, the living Guru? Because all the scriptures must be taken account on the Kala Desha Patra, circumstance, time and place. For instance, in the right of Sati, once a the man is dead, his wife is supposed to enter in the fire. That is called the rite of sati. You know? But nowadays, it is, but in the previous ages, because the wife was really, really, really faithful. She really loved that person in that condition. But nowadays, what is the guarantee that even a woman is married with somebody, that she may have two or three other boyfriends somewhere? So all these things are not applicable. That's why in Kali Yuga, 4 or 5 things are forbidden. Taking sannyasa, there's a reason. You know, marrying a brother's wife is forbidden. Offering oblation to the forefathers is forbidden. So many things are forbidden in Kali Yuga because you don't do things with the proper attitude and proper mindset. Is that okay with you, Babu?
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Babu.
What are the verses we should read ahead against tomorrow?
Tomorrow we read verse 40 to verse 40.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm finishing my part. Unit 2. I will stop at verse 40.
Okay, Maharaj.
Then from tomorrow, we're going to have the different exam and everything. I'll discuss it with Chitampa.
Okay, Maharaj.
Yeah. So if tomorrow if you are on time, you can finish quick, and I have time to discuss about the exam and everything. Because only few verses we are going to teach tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, Maharaj.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah. We request all the devotees to unmute now. Let's chant Hare Krishna Mantra and try to appreciate Maharaj for the class. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrindai ki Jai. Vishma Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Bye devotees. So we'll meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow, remember, tomorrow's class is by 7:30 Ghana time, 8:30 Nigerian time. Hare Krishna.
Hare